Hello, everyone. Democracy 2012 continues with Larry Smith. He's a candidate in the 2nd Congressional District, Republican candidate. And thank you for joining us today, Mr. Smith.
It's my pleasure, and it's a privilege to be in this race. You know, I was working on Capitol Hill last year when Dutch Ruppersberger voted for a clean debt ceiling increase, and I realized that if you're not going to ask any questions on why we're going to extend our credit limit $2.4 trillion, then you're really threatening my kids and your kids and all of our kids. And people like me have to stand up and say, no, time out, we need to do things a little differently.
Mm-hmm. Now, you wanted to address the crowd for about 30 seconds here?
Well, sure. I mean, I was in Afghanistan prior to being on Capitol Hill. I'm an Army Lieutenant Colonel and served at the Pentagon. Prior to that, I was a racehorse trainer in Maryland, lifelong Marylander. Went to Cornell, have a master's degree in public policy from College Park. So I'm all about Maryland, but I'm all about treating the world the way it really is instead of the way we wish it was, and honoring the people who sacrificed to give us this great country and our kids by making sure the future is bright.
All right. Well, I have a few questions for you. First of all, you know, over the past few years, the country's been in the middle of a really serious economic downturn.
Sure.
What are some of the ideas you have that may try to either keep the the recovery going, or do you think we have a recovery going at all? No,
we do it, and it's a credit really to our economic system. There's two things we need to do. One is to just let the businessmen and entrepreneurs know the next 3 to 5 years are bright. And they are bright when the government is your partner, not your adversary, so that they're helping you make money, helping you succeed, not saying got you with a new regulation or a new tax. And the second thing is to get this energy puzzle right, because think how good our government would be if gas was still $1.50 a gallon, and think of what a recession will be in if it goes to $6 a gallon. So we have to look at what the president calls all the above, but truly all the above when you talk about natural gas, nuclear, clean coal, and we got to do this. We got to get it right because that's what our economy runs on.
Now, you did talk about gas. Now, those prices are continuing going up. What strategies do you think we should do to lower that price at all?
Well, again, we have to recognize winners. We don't need to pick winners, but when you get a winner like natural gas, where compressed natural gas, the gallon equivalent is only $3 a gallon. So we should be running our long-haul trucks on natural gas. We should be distilling methanol and using flex fuel engines to use natural gas and take some of that pressure off of petroleum. If we did that alone, we would save $315 million a year in foreign oil purchases. And so that, and then simply being serious about drilling on the offshore continental shelf and some of our Alaskan reserves, someday the world would say, wow, America's getting serious about their energy, and the prices would come down.
Well, part of the issue with what's going on with oil prices is what's going on in Iran right now.
Sure.
What do you think the United States' role should be in dealing with Iran right now?
Well, I got to tell you, I've had the nation's highest security clearances for the last 12 years, and Iran should not be taken lightly. They are truly one of the world's greatest villains, frankly. And we've been fighting a war with them since 1979, but it's not always been out in the bright lights. So we have to look them in the eye and say, no, you're not going to do it on our watch. And we have to incorporate the help of South Korea and Japan, who buy oil from Iran, and make those sanctions really hurt. But they need to know that they're not going to make it with a nuclear weapon and the regime survive.
Well, also what's up right now, the Supreme Court is about to take up President Obama's Affordable Health Care Act. Is that something that, I guess, what's your stance on it pretty much? Something that we should go forward with, or something that should be just scrapped and redone? Health
care is really our #1 challenge going forward with the 77 million baby boomers that are retiring. And then the Affordable Care Act was a well-intentioned idea to expand health insurance to people that didn't have it, and it went very badly because they didn't have the adult conversation at the time. And so I'm for repealing and replacing with a number of things, or leaving it as and repealing the things that are bad, such as the Class Act and the IPAB. But things like having your young kids stay on your family plan is fine, pre-existing conditions is fine, but the main thing is to have a consumer-based health care policy where if you have percentage-based copays instead of just $10 for whatever you get, somebody somewhere would say, well, how much does this cost, and can I get it cheaper somewhere else?
So give people a chance to pick their own.
Well, let the market drive the prices down, just like it drove down the prices for elective surgeries. To get a LASIK eye surgery is much cheaper now because people say, what's it cost? Can I get it done cheaper somewhere else?
All right. Larry Smith, Republican running for the 2nd District against Dutch Ruppersberger. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roosevelt. Thank you.